been playing. Oh, can you guess? Oh, yeah, that's right, Henry Hatsworth. The difference between these two, if I'm going to compare them, which is ridiculous to compare them, but I'm going to anyway. Hatsworth and GTA. Get the old close-up on both of those guys. Is I think the difference is Hatsworth, focuses on doing a handful of things, a pretty sizable handful of things, very well. The player package for Henry, going along, his attacks, his moves, are really well executed, really, expertly done. Really, they really are solid. Capcom Konami style. And then you have on the outer shell of that you have the story, you have the puzzle element, of course. The music I think is great in the game. You have a lot of other kind of facets to it, but they just kind of accompany the main thrust of the game, which is, in my mind, is the action platforming aspect of the game. That's what I really like about it. I like the puzzling too, actually. It's simple enough where you can get into it, but it doesn't detract. It's not like you play the game to play the puzzle game. But you don't feel like, oh, I have to do the puzzle game. The puzzle game is simple and quick and intuitive enough where you're like, oh yeah, cool, I can just do that for a bit and then go back up there. Actually, I have found myself kind of spending a little bit more time on the puzzle now and then, more time than I probably should, just because it's fun to kind of clear all that stuff out, build up the meter, and just kind of accomplish that, I guess, before you go back into the action. But anyway, so I think, yeah, Hatsworth definitely draws me in it more. And I think because it kind of goes back to more of the one of the foundations, one of the staples of game design, or good game design, where the game kind of presents you with a small amount of abilities and kind of options and challenges, and they kind of build upon themselves and grow and expand over time. So you're always kind of being entertained and challenged as you go, but within a very familiar kind of sphere. So you're not like it's all this weird, crazy new stuff always coming at you. It's kind of like, yeah, I know how to do this, and now I'm doing the exact same thing, but now with this new added element in there. Oh, that's cool. And it completely changes the dynamic of that encounter. And it does that very, very well in Hatsworth. And it does that throughout the whole game. And it keeps it up. It's very impressive. I'm in the fourth world now out of 5. It's pretty freaking tough at that point, by the way. But it does a really good job of selecting each enemy has a very specific task that challenging the player. Not only challenging the player, but challenging the player in a specific way. You must use the upper slash attack for this enemy, for example. You must crouch and shoot or whatever for this enemy, for example. And you're like, cool, individually, easy, no worries. Put them together. Oh, now I have to make a choice. I get rid of that one first because he's faster or he's more powerful than that one or whatever. It builds on that really, really well. So I find that has, for me, more addictive qualities where I'm drawn back to play the game. I'm more excited to see what's going to happen next, not only from a gameplay point of view, but also from a story point of view, because I think it's hilarious. I think they did a great job. The music's awesome and hilarious. I love the boss, the opera boss. It's hilarious. They're just singing the whole time. That's really impressive. To hear that coming out of DS is awesome. And just the story of Hatsworth and the kind of Banjo-Kazooie kind of banter back and forth, I think is really funny. I'm really enjoying it. I think they did a good job. Anyway, so for me, Hatsworth is definitely something that I'm personally drawn to. GTA, you would think, would do the same thing because it has so many things, but it's... And saying this word is going to come across wrong, but I'll say it anyway. It feels a little bit more diluted in GTA because, when you compare like Hatsworth or even like a Mario game or Castlevania or any game kind of like that, which Hatsworth is very similar to, or Contra, you have a constant pace of challenge coming at you. You're always having to deal with it. I'm sure that was very annoying coming through the microphone. You have a constant pace of stuff coming at you. But you can handle it, you can manage it, so it's cool. Well, apart from Contra 4, I can't handle that. It's a nightmare. Awesome game, but whoa, that's hard. But Hatsworth does a really good job of pacing it out and does the difficulty curve. With GTA, a lot of the time you're walking around or jumping in a car, and there's massive spanses of time where you're really not doing anything, or you're doing something, but you're not really being challenged. You're just doing something. You're just driving, or you're walking, or you're going to do something. So I think if you measure them side by side, a game like Hatsworth and GTA, on really the entertainment factor, like not really on, I like this game, I don't like this game, but your brain being challenged, being entertained, or being required to function, I should say. Hatsworth, a game like Hatsworth is definitely requiring more of your brain on a kind of consistent pace. GTA, it doesn't. You jump in the car, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a different type of game. Jump in the car, drive around, have fun. Jump out the car, beat people up, whatever. It's interesting. It's just drawn out very differently. So anyway, for me personally, Hatsworth is more appealing. GTA is a great game. Give you mad props for doing it. Awesome. I'm sure I'll play it on and off probably for months, which is a great quality too. But right now, Hatsworth is definitely top of my pile for playing games. Next to Moon and Dementium, of course. Always. Anyway, cool guys. And yeah, anyway, that's it. That's all I'm going to say right now. So thanks for coming by. Good to see you. And see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.